I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, but the one thing that I've always respected about Jalen is that he's a winner, and I know that sounds. Some people take that as like it's not a good thing, but you have to find ways to win with your football team that you have around you. And that's what I've learned in my entire career, and that's what he's came into the NFL and done his entire career, is that if he needs to run the ball, he will run it. If he needs to throw the ball, he will throw it. If he needs to make a big play, he will make the big play. And so that's stuff that not everybody has. And that's something that I have a lot of respect for Jalen. And I said it after the first Super Bowl we played against. I said he will be back, and he was, and he got the better of me today. And I'm sure we'll face again at some point in our careers in a big game like this.
Let me talk my shit again. What it do, what it do, what it do. This is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your humbly hostile host, CASSIUS Cliff. I'm going to get straight to it, man. I smell blood in the water. The Chiefs fans, the apologists, even guys like Nick Wright who refuse to acknowledge that Pat Mahomes, in fact, does have a rival in the league currently playing right now, because you heard your quarterback say it out of his own mouth. He respects Jalen Hurts, and he expected him to see him in another Super Bowl. Lo and behold, we know what happened. Boots to your ass just a couple months ago. I smell blood in the water because the way these fans are talking and really the way that these pundits are talking, they expect some supernatural thing to happen in this game. No Rashee Rice, no Xavier Worthy. Those are your top receivers. Now, let's be for real. We're not going to have Dallas Goedert, which is a huge blow, not only to our pass catching game, because just in last week, he had the most targets and the most catches with 7. I know the yards and no touchdown did not. It didn't really convey or really cement that, but he had 7 catches on 7 targets. No, Dallas Goedert is huge in the pass game, especially in the run game, because our run offense was not great last week. Not by any stretch. But when it comes down to this matchup and really this team, I don't think any team matches up better than the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's why I am too hyped for this American game. Is appropriately America's game of the week, because at 4:25, with Tom Brady doing the broadcast for this game, everybody's going to be tuned and locked into this game right here, because not only is this a Super Bowl matchup, these are the top 2 teams. Forget what you saw the Chargers do in week 1. Forget what you saw the Bills do to the Ravens in week 1. These are the 2 teams that have been in 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls, going 1-1 for both teams. Obviously, we know what happened a couple months ago. We absolutely put our foot in their ass like it was not even competitive. But it was still the 2 Super Bowl teams. And we had obviously a closer matchup a couple years ago. But it is what it is. We're looking forward to the game tomorrow, the second, I would say, part 2 of week 2. We already had the Thursday night game, which I thoroughly enjoyed, because watching the Ops lose against a team that you owned last year, obviously they're not the same team, but then being humbled, that was a sight to see. I definitely appreciate the Cheeseheads for that. Being a Philadelphia cream cheese head myself, I appreciated watching that. And we're going to go and look forward to exactly how not only did the Chiefs defense look against the Chargers just a week ago in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but kind of looking at what Jalen Hurts has been able to do in his matchups against the Chiefs and really over the course of the years, and how I think he's actually matured and evolved as a quarterback on this team. First and foremost, what the Chiefs did against, and really what the Chargers did against the Chiefs. I mean, if you could tell right here, and if you watch the game, the Chiefs did not look remotely the same. I mean, they look like a shell of themselves. I don't know if they're still feeling sore from the ass whooping they took a couple months ago, but they look lifeless out there, anemic. Whatever term you want to use for a team that does not have it, that's how they looked on defense specifically. Yes, they had 3 sacks, but when it came to what Justin Herbert was able to do and absolutely control the game, 25 or 34 attempts, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, a QBR of 84, and a passer rating of 131.7. I mean, even aside from that, 7 carries for 32 yards. He was in the entirety of the offense. Now, Herbert is clearly a great talent. He has all the measurables. He is what a lot of people would consider the prototypical quarterback. If you want to build your team, you want to get a guy like that. We know what he is in these big games, and if you don't know, go look at the last 2 playoff games that he played in. The guy is not the same guy. But when it comes to the regular season, I mean, the dude be balling. There's no denying that. And in this matchup against the Chiefs, he looked like one of the best quarterbacks in week 1. I mean, yes, we understand what Steve Spagnuolo is, being a great defensive mind that he is, but like having your All-Pro, Super Bowl champ, Hall of Famer to be and Chris Jones absolutely have a what the fuck moments and just like I'm not gonna maintain my assignment. I'm gonna do something else and allow Justin Herbert, though he's athletic, to pick up a 3rd and 14 first down is insane. And that's the team we're going up against. These guys are not technically sound. They're not doing what Chiefs typically do. And I think that just bodes well for this team. Now moving on to our offense and really our quarterback, because this is Jalen Hurts in his first year as a starter going against these Kansas City Chiefs 4 years ago. I mean, when it came down to the score and what it was 42-30. So it was a shootout. And much to people's surprise, when it came to us putting up 30 points against this Chiefs team, there's no A.J. Brown out there. Devontae Smith is a rookie. We got a converted quarterback to receiver in Greg Ward. You have a first-round bust in Jalen Reagor, who is free. Quez Watkins, also free. These are guys that are looking for jobs right now. I don't even know if Greg Ward is still looking to play football. But these are guys that were not considered top receivers by any stretch. You got an older Zach Ertz. Dallas Goedert is like your best receiver aside from a rookie Devontae Smith. We're going to clearly miss Dallas Goedert in this game because he is, again, I think the main security blanket when it comes to Jalen Hurts in this pass offense. But what Hurts was able to do against his team with the receivers that he had without an A.J. Brown, I mean, I think it was very impressive. If you want to look at the numbers, because people love numbers, you're talking about 32 of 48 attempts, 387 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, 3 sacks again, QBR of 45, a passer rating of 105. In 4 games against the Chiefs, this is a team that has put up 31.5 points, 320 yards per game. For Hurts alone, 11 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, passer rating of 100.2. And we already know what happened in the Super Bowl. I mean, this game was not close. When it came to what we were able to do and really what Hurts was able to do, because much like the Chargers game, the run game was rendered ineffective. It was a no-show. And it was on the quarterback's arm and legs to carry the offense and really the team to victory. That's what Hurts has done twice already. And really, that's what he really did in the Super Bowl. I think the blueprint was put out by the Eagles. When it came to what the Chargers were able to do and really control the game, that's because of what happened in the Super Bowl. That's my opinion. I think, obviously, the facts bear that out. But, again, that's an opinion-based statement. But the way that Hurts controlled the game in the Super Bowl, being a leading rusher, throwing for over 220 yards, having 3 touchdowns, I mean, hitting every one of his receivers, Jahan Dotson with a big catch. We already know what the dagger is with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown getting on the board, Dallas Goedert having a pretty decent game. This is what our quarterback is capable of doing. And I think we see a lot of the same things tomorrow. I think Steve Spags is who he is in terms of what he does defensively. I think he's going to deploy the same defensive philosophy, whereas we're not going to allow the run to do what you want to do with the run. You're going to have to beat us in the air. You're going to have to beat us with your quarterback. And we have just a guy to do that in Jalen Hurts. I really think it's that simple. When it comes down to it and going against these Chiefs that are missing, again, no Xavier Worthy, no Rashee Rice, an older, distracted Travis Kelce. Your best receivers are, I can't even call him Hollywood Brown. What is it, like Skid Row, San Diego Brown, whatever you want to call him, because there's nothing Hollywood about him. Juju Smith-Schuster, like, these are just guys, Jags. And our defense with a pissed off, hungry, and really unpaid Jalen Carter going up against this very Chiefs team with Andrew Makuba instead of a guy like Sidney Brown. Obviously, we know what our weakest link is. It's Adoree Jackson. And to me, the consolation is if these Chiefs happen to beat us and Pat has a day, we're going to be trading for a quarterback too. So it's like, it's hard to say that, and I don't even want to say it like this, but it's a win-win. Obviously, I expect to win this game, and my score prediction right now, 28-17, going against these Chiefs in their house in Arrowhead, because I'm just that confident in this team and really what we're capable, what our quarterback and our offense and our team is capable to do. I don't see this game really being, if it's a shootout, I'll accept that. But if it's not a shootout, we're going to dominate these boys. And I would love to see Saquon go off, but again, if Spags decides to do what he did last time, what he did against the Chargers, Jalen Hurts is just the guy. And if you don't believe that, look at the numbers. Because again, people love to look at numbers and stats. But what do these numbers and stats tell you? It tells you that not only Jalen Hurts he's always able and willing to step up in the big games, but when he's going up against great competition, that's when he shines the brightest. It's really that simple. Birds over the Chiefs in their house tomorrow, 425. I'm going to be locked in. I know you're going to be locked in because America's Game of the Week. What else are we supposed to be watching? If you have not done so already, please like, share, subscribe, as well as comment. It goes a long way. This is and will always remain the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your humbly hostile host, CASSIUS. I'll be seeing y'all very soon. We out. Peace.